Have you ever felt like the universe was playing some kind of cosmic joke on you? Like everything you've been working toward, dreaming about, praying for seems to be moving further away instead of closer? What if I told you that this feeling, this sense of everything falling apart, might actually be the clearest sign that your manifestation is right around the corner? There's something happening in your life right now that you might be interpreting as resistance, as failure, as proof that the law of attraction isn't working for you. But what you're experiencing could be the universe's way of clearing the path for something so much bigger than you originally asked for. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal 7 unmistakable signs that your manifestation isn't just coming, it's almost here. And some of these signs might shock you because they look exactly like the opposite of what you'd expect. If you've been feeling like this message found you at exactly the right moment, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. The universe has a way of guiding us to the content, the people, and the insights we need most. Your presence here isn't a coincidence. It's confirmation that you're ready for what's coming. Let me share something that most people don't understand about manifestation. The final stretch before your desire materializes often feels like walking through a storm. Not because the universe is testing you, but because everything that's not aligned with your new reality needs to fall away first. Think of it like renovating a house. Things have to get messy before they get beautiful. The first sign your manifestation is almost here is what I call the Great Unraveling. This is when areas of your life that seemed stable suddenly begin to shift, change, or even collapse entirely. Your job might become unbearable, relationships might reveal their cracks, or you might feel an inexplicable urge to completely change direction. Here's what's really happening during the Great Unraveling. Your energy field is expanding to match your desired reality. But as you vibrate at a higher frequency, anything in your current life that exists at a lower frequency becomes incompatible. It's like trying to play a new song while old music is still playing. One has to stop for the other to be heard clearly. I want you to imagine your life as a garden. For years, you've been tending to certain plants, certain patterns, certain relationships. But now you've planted seeds for something entirely new. Perhaps a new career, a soulmate relationship, or a level of abundance you've never experienced. As these new seeds begin to sprout, they need space, sunlight, and nutrients. The old plants that once served you might now be blocking the light your new growth needs. This is why you might suddenly feel disconnected from friends who drain your energy. Why that job you used to tolerate now feels suffocating. Why patterns you've lived with for years suddenly feel impossible to maintain. Your soul knows that for the new to emerge, the old must be released. The Great Unraveling can feel terrifying because our minds interpret change as danger. But what if you could see this period as sacred? What if every ending happening in your life right now is actually the universe making space for your manifestation to land? During this phase, you might notice that you're becoming hypersensitive to energy. Conversations that used to feel normal now feel heavy. Environments that once felt comfortable now feel restrictive. This isn't you becoming difficult or overly sensitive. This is you aligning with your desired frequency, and your awareness is expanding to protect that alignment. Pay attention to what's naturally falling away in your life without you having to force it. Notice what doors are closing, what invitations are drying up, what commitments are naturally ending. These aren't punishments or setbacks. They're clearings. The universe is literally rearranging your reality to make room for what you've asked for. The key during the Great Unraveling is to resist the urge to cling to what's leaving or try to force what's ending to continue. Trust the natural flow of release. When something is meant to stay, it will feel effortless to maintain. When something is meant to go, it will feel like pushing a boulder uphill to keep it in your life. If this resonates with something you're experiencing right now, take a moment to subscribe and let the universe know you're ready for more insights like this. Sometimes our subscription to content that serves our growth is literally a way of saying yes to the transformation that's trying to happen in our lives. But here's something even more profound than the Great Unraveling. The second sign your manifestation is almost here is experiencing sudden, crystal clear clarity about what you actually want. Not what you think you should want, not what others expect you to want, but what your soul is genuinely calling for. This clarity often comes like a lightning bolt. You might be in the middle of your regular routine when suddenly, you know with absolute certainty what direction your life needs to go. It's not a thought, it's a knowing that goes deeper than your mind. It feels like remembering something you've always known but somehow forgot. What makes this type of clarity different from regular decision-making is its quality. When your manifestation is near, the clarity you receive bypasses doubt entirely. There's no internal debate, no pros and cons list, no seeking external validation. You simply know, the way you know your own name. This clarity often reveals that what you've been asking for was actually a stepping stone to something much larger. Maybe you thought you wanted a specific job, but now you clearly see that what you really want is the freedom to impact people's lives in a meaningful way. Perhaps you believed you wanted a particular person to love you, but now you understand you want to experience unconditional love, which might come through that person or through someone even better. Here's why this clarity emerges just before manifestation. Your vibrational frequency has risen to the point where you can clearly perceive your soul's true desires without the interference of fear, conditioning, or other people's expectations. It's like tuning into a radio station that was always broadcasting, but now you're finally on the right frequency to hear it clearly. During this phase, you might find yourself speaking your truth with a confidence that surprises even you. You might set boundaries you've never set before, make requests you've never made, or take actions that feel completely aligned but perhaps scary to your logical mind. This clarity also brings what I call divine discontent, a holy dissatisfaction with anything in your life that doesn't match your newfound understanding of what you truly desire. This isn't complaining or being ungrateful. It's your soul's way of ensuring you don't settle for less than what's meant for you. The third sign might be the most misunderstood of all. Just as you're gaining clarity about your desires and feeling aligned with your path, unexpected obstacles appear that seem to block your progress entirely. A loan gets denied, a relationship hits turbulence, or an opportunity you were counting on disappears. Most people interpret these obstacles as signs that they're not meant to have what they want, that the universe is working against them, or that they need to give up on their dreams. But what if these obstacles are actually the universe's way of course-correcting your journey towards something even better? Think of it this way. Imagine you're using GPS navigation to reach a destination. Sometimes the GPS will suddenly announce recalculating route and take you down a path you never expected. It's not because you made a mistake or because the GPS is broken. It's because the original route would have led to traffic, construction, or some other delay. The detour, though unexpected, is actually the fastest way to your destination. These divine redirections often come disguised as disappointments. The job you didn't get leads to meeting someone who offers you something better. The relationship that ended makes space for a love that's more aligned with who you're becoming. The financial setback forces you to develop a skill or connection that becomes the foundation of greater abundance. The key to recognizing these obstacles as redirections rather than rejections is to pay attention to how they feel energetically. True obstacles feel heavy, defeating, and make you want to give up entirely. Divine redirections, while initially disappointing, often carry an underlying sense of possibility. There's something about them that keeps your hope alive, even when your logic can't understand why. During this phase, you might notice that every door that closes is followed by an unexpected opening somewhere else. It's as if the universe is playing chess with your life, and every setback is actually a strategic move toward checkmate, but checkmate in your favor. As your manifestation draws closer, your intuitive abilities become dramatically heightened. You start knowing things without knowing how you know them. You get gut feelings about people, situations, and opportunities that turn out to be remarkably accurate. Your dreams become more vivid and meaningful. You find yourself saying exactly the right thing at the right time without planning it. But perhaps most notably, synchronicities begin appearing everywhere. You think of someone and they call you. You need information and it appears in unexpected ways. You see repeating numbers, meaningful symbols, or encounter the same themes across different areas of your life. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmations that you're in alignment with your manifestation. Synchronicities serve as the universe's way of letting you know that the invisible forces are working in your favor. Each meaningful coincidence is like receiving a text message from the universe saying, "I see you, I hear you, and I'm orchestrating things behind the scenes." But here's what most people miss about synchronicities. They're not just signs that something good is coming. They're invitations to take inspired action. When you see repeating 1111s, what action feels inspired in that moment? When you randomly encounter information about something you've been thinking about, What step feels aligned to take next? Your heightened intuition during this phase serves as your internal GPS system. While your logical mind might not understand the full picture of how your manifestation will unfold, your intuition can guide you through each step. It will tell you which opportunities to say yes to, which people to connect with, and which directions to move toward. This is also when you might start receiving what I call future memories, moments when you can almost taste, feel, or sense your desired reality as if it's already happened. These aren't fantasies or wishful thinking. They're glimpses of the timeline you're moving toward, given to you to help maintain your alignment and trust in the process. The fifth sign is one of the most beautiful aspects of the pre-manifestation phase. Suddenly, the right people begin appearing in your life at exactly the right time, not through your efforting or networking, but through what can only be described as divine orchestration. You might meet someone in a coffee shop who happens to have the exact expertise you need. A friend might mention someone they know who could help with your project. You could receive an unexpected invitation that connects you with your ideal collaborator, mentor, or even romantic partner. What makes these connections different from regular networking is their quality and timing. These people don't just offer practical help, they get you. They understand your vision, they're excited about your direction, and they often say something like, "I've been looking for someone exactly like you," or "I was just thinking about this very thing." Opportunities also begin aligning in ways that feel almost magical. You might hear about a perfect job opening the day before applications close. A space might become available for your business in the exact location you envisioned. Funding might appear from unexpected sources just when you need it most. This alignment happens because your energy field has become so clear and focused on your desired outcome that you're naturally magnetizing everything that matches that frequency. It's like tuning a radio to a specific station. Suddenly, all the signals that match that frequency come through clearly. During this phase, you might notice that you have to do less pushing and more allowing. Instead of chasing opportunities, they seem to flow toward you. Instead of convincing people to support your vision, you meet people who are naturally excited about it. The key is to remain open and say yes to invitations that feel aligned, even if they don't fit your original plan of how things should unfold. Sometimes the universe's orchestration is so sophisticated that the perfect opportunity comes disguised as something completely different from what you expected. As your manifestation approaches, you'll begin experiencing internal shifts that prepare you to receive and maintain what you've asked for. These shifts often feel like you're becoming a different person, not losing who you are, but evolving into who you need to be to handle your new reality. You might notice that fears you've carried for years suddenly feel less intense. Limiting beliefs that once seemed unshakable start feeling obviously untrue. Patterns of self-sabotage or settling for less become impossible to maintain. It's as if your internal system is upgrading itself to match the frequency of your desired life. These internal shifts often come with what I call preparation experiences, situations that allow you to practice being the person who already has what you want. You might find yourself naturally speaking with more confidence, making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, or treating yourself with the love and respect that your desired reality requires. Sometimes these preparation experiences come as smaller versions of what you've asked for. If you've been manifesting a soulmate relationship, you might experience deeper friendships or more meaningful connections that help you understand what healthy love actually feels like. If you've been calling in financial abundance, you might receive unexpected money or opportunities that teach you about receiving and managing resources. Your relationship with time also shifts during this phase. Instead of feeling desperate about when your manifestation will arrive, you develop what I call divine timing trust. You begin to understand, not just intellectually but viscerally, that everything is unfolding in perfect timing for your highest good. This trust isn't passive waiting, it's active alignment. You continue taking inspired action while surrendering attachment to specific timelines or exactly how things should happen. You become like a skilled surfer who knows how to ride the wave while trusting the ocean's power to carry them to shore. The seventh and final sign is what I call the portal moment, a specific experience or realization that marks the final energetic shift before your manifestation becomes physical reality. This moment often feels like crossing an invisible threshold into a new version of your life. The portal moment can be subtle or dramatic, but it's always unmistakable. You might wake up one day feeling fundamentally different, as if something has clicked into place that was out of alignment before. You could have a conversation that shifts your entire perspective, receive a piece of information that makes everything make sense, or experience a moment of such deep knowing that your previous doubts become impossible to maintain. What makes the portal moment unique is that it doesn't just change how you think about your situation, it changes how you feel about yourself. You suddenly embody the energy of someone who already has what they desire, not as a practice or affirmation, but as a natural expression of who you are. After the portal moment, taking action toward your manifestation feels effortless and obvious. The steps that once seemed overwhelming now feel like natural next moves. The confidence you've been trying to cultivate becomes your default state. The abundance, love, or success you've been seeking starts feeling like your birthright rather than something you have to earn. This is when the physical manifestation typically appears, often within days or weeks of the portal moment. But by this point, the external change feels almost anticlimactic because the internal transformation has been so complete. The portal moment reminds us that manifestation isn't really about getting something we don't have. It's about becoming someone who naturally experiences what we desire. It's about aligning so completely with our desired reality that it has no choice but to show up in our physical experience. I want you to take a moment and really feel into what I've shared with you today. As you reflect on these 7 signs, which ones are you experiencing right now? Are you in the middle of a great unraveling? Are you receiving unexpected clarity about your true desires? Are synchronicities showing up everywhere you look? Leave a comment below and tell me, what signs are you seeing in your life that suggest your manifestation is closer than you think? Your story could be exactly what someone else needs to hear to keep faith in their own journey. Sometimes sharing our experiences is how we help each other remember that magic is always available to us. Here's what I want you to remember as you move forward on your manifestation journey. These 7 signs aren't just indicators that your desires are coming. They're invitations to step more fully into your power as a conscious creator. The Great Unraveling is asking you to trust the process of release. The clarity about your true desires is calling you to honor what your soul truly wants. The unexpected obstacles are redirecting you towards something better than your original plan. Your heightened intuition and the synchronicities are confirming that you're in alignment with your highest path. When people and opportunities begin aligning effortlessly, you're being invited to receive support and collaboration. The internal shifts are preparing you to be someone who can handle and maintain what you're calling in. And the portal moment is your graduation into a new level of being. But perhaps most importantly, I want you to understand that manifestation is not a destination. It's a way of being. The signs I've shared with you today aren't just about getting what you want. They're about remembering who you are, a powerful, creative being with the ability to shape your reality through the alignment of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Every desire you have is evidence of a possibility that already exists. Your job isn't to convince the universe to give you what you want. Your job is to align yourself with what's already waiting for you, to become the person who naturally experiences that reality, and to trust the process even when it doesn't look like what you expected. As you go forward, remember that every challenge is strengthening you, every delay is protecting you, and every sign you're receiving is confirmation that you're exactly where you need to be in this moment. Your manifestation isn't just coming. It's being orchestrated by forces far more intelligent and loving than you could imagine. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust yourself. And most of all, trust that what's meant for you will never pass you by. Your dreams aren't too big, you're not asking for too much, and you absolutely deserve to live the life that makes your soul sing. The universe has been conspiring in your favor all along. These 7 signs are just the universe's way of letting you know that the conspiracy is about to be revealed in the most beautiful way possible. Keep your eyes open, your heart aligned, and your energy focused on what you truly desire. Your manifestation isn't just almost here, it's inevitable.